In this video, you will learn what is Language Server Protocol, and maybe you are even using it every day without knowing. Hi, I am Ekaterina from Monsterlessons Academy, where I am teaching you how to become a developer or improve your skills of being a developer. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, and I will link all links in the description box below. So let's jump into it. And the first question is, what at all is Language Server Protocol and why should you care? So basically, this is a special protocol which was designed by Microsoft for Vscode, and the idea is that you can move such things like autocomplete or go to definition and so on out of your editor. And you might ask, why does it matter? Because basically the main problem is that all editors are different, but these features like autocomplete and go to definition and autoimport, they are really tricky to implement. And basically people are doing them again and again in every editor, but basically these are the same features. And of course it would be nice if we can use the same features in different editors simultaneously and just they are implemented in some additional thing. And this additional thing is exactly Language Server Protocol. So what is it about? Let's check on the example. So as you can see here, I opened the website from Microsoft. This is Language Server Protocol. And the idea is that this is a protocol which speaks between your editor and a language server and provides such features like autocomplete, go to definition, find references, and so on. So basically the idea is that you can use this thing with almost every editor, because then your editor is super lightweight. You can implement in your editor whatever features you need, but these difficult features are completely outside. And this is exactly like Vscode, for example, was built. And after this, Microsoft open sourced Language Server Protocol, and now almost all normal editors are using these features. So let's say that we are working with TypeScript and we want to get all these standard features like autoimport, autocomplete, and so on. So basically we just start the editor and we are opening the file. And at this moment, editor automatically opens the server of TypeScript where our code will be transpiled. And this server is running not inside your editor, but additionally. And then your editor simply on every change pushes this data through this Language Server Protocol to your language server. Then language server can validate your code because it knows the diff between output, between previous state of the page and the new state, and then it can say you, okay, there are errors here, and then the editor just need to show these errors. So no magic at all is needed inside the editor. Now let's check how it looks inside my editor, for example. So I have here Vim editor and I just installed inside COC, and this is a plugin which implements Language Server Protocol, which means I can inside this COC plugin install different Language Server Protocols for different languages. For example, here as you can see I have an Angular project and this is just a TypeScript file. It doesn't matter actually what code is written here, but the idea is that, for example, here I can hover on my properties and see what is it about. And all this information I am getting from Language Server Protocol, because my editor doesn't know anything about autocomplete or highlighting or references at all. The same thing will be working with autocomplete. Let's say we want to import some action, and when we are typing word action, you can see here that we are getting a lot of stuff, and this all stuff is from this project. So for example, here we have action add to favorites, and even if I click, I will get autoimport from that file. So let's just click it, and as you can see, we just typed the word, and on the top here was the import. So basically, this is exactly the idea. So our editor doesn't know anything about this stuff, and it just sends to the language server information. Okay, the user just saved something or just wanted to see autocomplete for this word. And I will show you how it looks like. So here I can type C info, and then here on the right you can see messages from language server. For example, here I also have prettier in language server, and you can see here the range, the start and the end of the character. And now there is a new text, and here we're getting new text from the language server. So basically, this is exactly how my editor communicates with language server. So it just sends needed information to the server and gets some information back. Now you know what is language server about, and I think you are using it every day already, because if you are using some popular editor like Vscode, for example, or PHP Storm or something else, basically they are always using language servers because it's just easier. And I can show you one more interesting website. This is langserver.org, and here you can read what is language server, and the most important are languages that are implemented with this language server. And here you can see what things are implemented there. So basically what you need to do if you are just a new editor, you simply take a language server and, for example, you take it for Ada or whatever language you want, maybe C#. You just write some wrapper for it, and then you get all these features around, like code completion, hover, jump to definition, and so on, out of the box without any additional code. And if you don't use language server and you just have some plain editor, like for example, I don't know, Sublime maybe or Atom, you can install it normally through some plugin. For example, in Vscode, you have, for example, TypeScript support from the beginning when you just install Vscode, and this is exactly done through language server. You just get it automatically and not as an additional plugin. If you want to learn more about programming, don't forget to check my other courses in the description box below. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and put thumbs up button. And I see you in the next video.